the last class we have learned about the ancient civilizations of that is India. In that we have come across of that is nomadic life of the people, and also about the old Stone Age, and also we have studied about the Rigvedic period and also about the post-Vedic period in the last class. And today let us go to the new lesson, that is the ancient civilization of the world. And in this topic we are going to learn some important points like Egyptian civilization and also the contribution of Egyptians and then the Nile Valley. So let us have a look on these important points in Egyptian civilization and also some key points regarding this session. Many other civilizations flourished in various parts of the world at the time of Indus Valley civilization. We can see the Egyptian civilization, Mesopotamian civilization and Chinese civilization in Asia and Africa. The Egyptian civilization. Generally, all civilizations have originated in the river plains. The Egyptian civilization could take birth due to the presence of the river Nile. The relics obtained here proclaim the grandeur of Egypt. Huge pyramids, sculpture, temples and the history inscription in these temples tell us a lot about Egyptian culture and history. Now let us go to the contribution of Egyptians. The Egyptians were expert farmers. They knew a lot about irrigation. They had built temple. They invented the calendar, which has helped us to measure time. More than anything else, they had mastered the art of writing. It was a symbolic language. It consists of small drawing and has been called hieroglyphics, that means sacred writings. The Nile Valley. Every rainy season, the Nile River would transform the Nile Valley into a huge lake. After the valley dried up in summer, a fertile layer of clay soil would form the grazing field and neighboring agricultural land. The work that would need the labor of hundreds of people was being done by the kind river all alone. This fertile land provided food for the population of the first town in this area. Not all agricultural regions were in the valley. Hence, through small canals and wells, they were responsible for the development of a complex system of irrigation throughout the land. The prosperous, wealthy Egyptians, peasants and citizens during their leisure engaged themselves in the creation of artistic works. The role of priest was created to interpret nature and explain it. The priests were scholars and shouldered the responsibility of protecting written document. They believed in life after death. They believed that man had to give an account of his deeds on earth to Osiris, the most powerful god of life and death. The priests considered that life on earth was temporary and was needed only to prepare for the next life. Thus, the whole of the Nile Valley was reserved for the dead. The dead body would be smeared with various chemicals and wrapped with a thin cloth. The entire body was in this way preserved. The body protected thus was called a mummy. It would be kept in a specially designed coffin. The grave was considered the true place for an Egyptian. Hence, all around the dead body, items needed for daily use and small dolls of a cook and barber would be kept to fulfill the future needs. In the beginning, graves were created by carving into the rocks in the hills. As the Egyptians moved north, they had to construct graves in the desert itself. Tall towers were built on these graves using huge blocks of stone in order to protect the eternal sleep of the dead. Kings and wealthy people vied with each other to build taller and taller towers. The Greeks called these structures pyramids. The kings of Egypt were called pharaohs. Pharaoh means a person who lives in a palatial house. The peasants who had accepted the rule of powerful Osiris now accepted the rule of pharaohs too. After an independent Prosperous life for 20 centuries, Egypt was ruled over by an Arabian shepherd tribe called Hyksos, which attracted it and after defeating it, ruled for 500 years. They looted the wealth of the natives and hence did not become popular. The Jews who came wandering through the desert in search of shelter were also hated by the people of Egypt. By cooperating with the foreign rule, the Jews even assisted them in collecting taxes and in administration. In 1700 BCE, the people of Thebes rose in revolt against the foreigners. After a prolonged conflict, they succeeded in driving Hyksos out of their country. Egypt became free once again. After 1,000 years, it came under the rule of Sardanapalus of Assyria. The Persian emperor Cambyses occupied Egypt in the 6th century BCE. Alexander occupied Persia in the 4th century BCE. Egypt became a province of Macedonia. One of the Alexander's military generals declared himself the king of Egypt and established the dynasty of the Ptolemy. He founded the city of Alexandria. At last came the Romans in 39 BCE. The last Egyptian queen, Cleopatra, tried her best to save her country. It was said that the Romans feared her beauty more than her troops. Twice she was successful in her attack upon the hearts of her Roman conquerors. However, in 30 BCE, Caesar's successor, his son-in-law Augustus, did not succumb to her beauty like his father-in-law, but defeated her army, though he spared her life when he planned to carry her away along with the other spoils of the battle. Cleopatra consumed poison and ended her life. From then onwards, Egypt became a province of Rome. So dear children, you can see the process of mummification here. Thank you for watching the Egyptian civilization. Today we have learned the contribution of Egyptians and also about the Nile Valley. So let us go tomorrow to the next topic, that is Mesopotamian civilization. Until then, thank you.